All right, so welcome to our call tonight. We are talking about recruiting. And so for those of you that are not in the Rank the Bank group, this is going to be lots of new information. And if you are, it's just going to be good things to hear again, because this is kind of where it's all at for us. So I'm going to go back to slide 1 and share my screen. Give me 1 second. Oh, whoops. Back. All right, hold on. Screen sharing. Give me a thumbs up when you can see me. Or my screen, yeah. Got it? Share screen. I should click the share screen button. Yeah. Okay. So our call on recruiting. Yay. Damn, guys, I'm still learning how to use all this, so bear with me. All right. So team call. How do I? I'm the worst. Okay. We'll leave that down there for now. Okay. So moving. What the hey? I swear I know what I'm doing. All right, recruiting. Do I have to? Yeah, that's how we all feel, I feel like. It's one of those things that kind of never really gets excited. It's just not the most exciting thing, I find. And, you know, I'm passionate about the products, but it's always that thing that we're kind of like, oh, gosh. It's the thing that falls to the back burner, right? So I want to talk about 5 things that are the initial reasons that I have noticed recruiting is a burden. So 1, you are afraid of people being annoyed with you, aka you think you're annoying, because we all know this is not really about other people. It stems from our insecurities. 2, you're scared of being unfriended on Facebook or Instagram, aka you aren't proud of what this opportunity has done for you. You are afraid someone will reject you, aka you think it's personal. You are afraid people are just going to think you're trying to sell, aka you don't see the value in the product. 5, you are not motivated to, aka your why is not nearly strong enough. So I like that because it shows you that all of this is just a reflection of ourselves, right? So today we're going to talk about 2 things. We're going to put this, we're going to change our mindset first, and we're going to talk about how to create a plan of action that helps us move past that. So step 1, don't be afraid of the word recruiting, right? So when people are recruited for teams or college or really anything in the world other than Beachbody in our eyes, right? They're happy, they're excited. It's a flattering thing to be recruited. It makes them feel like they belong to something. And maybe you are opening up someone's eyes and having them think that there is now potential for another opportunity for something. You can be the gateway for someone if you just present the opportunity. So we need to stop getting this like negative connotation with this word recruiting. Because it's just not, it's not valuable to us anyway, and it's just not true. So we're putting that aside. We're going to remember people want to be recruited for things. Yes, Beachbody included. Why not? It's a great opportunity. Step 2, have a vision. All right, I got to move you, Mackenzie, because I got to read this. All right. People are inclined to follow those who present themselves as a success or someone who knows where they are going. Where do you want to go? Visualize it. No one is going to ask you how much your paycheck currently is. And if you get that question, I mean, first of all, I've never gotten that question. But if you got that question, guys, you're in process. We are building here. And the whole point is that we're building for a vision. I chose this picture because Lindsay Matway on multiple calls. If you ever YouTube her or listen to her national wake up calls, she will say to people, I saw myself as a top 10 coach, and I visualized myself giving my speech in front of everyone at Summit before it even happened. She was just a brand new coach, sat in Super Saturday, and went up to the guest speaker and told them, I'm going to be on that Success Club trip that's happening in the spring. So this is a girl who had a vision and now has 60,000 coaches underneath her. And yes, we are freaking lucky to be on this woman's downline. Step 2, have a vision. Super important. What is going on? All right. Step 3, be able to tell your story. Yep. So yes, I did include Mackenzie's picture here because I just want to reiterate to you guys, everyone's story is different. Your story is why you are where you are right now. Your story is unique, and someone connects with you. They want to hear about your journey. So the people that are attracted to me are not necessarily going to be attracted to you, and vice versa. They're going to be drawn to you and your story because something in your story resonates with what they are going through, with where they are at in their journey. So Mackenzie, has a great story of having recovered from a severe injury and how Beachbody has helped her do that. A lot of people have incredible weight loss stories. And for me, it's more so about just becoming a part of a community that has really given me back the ability to dream again. So wherever you are, it's important that you are able to access that and kind of pinpoint specific ideas that help you to explain to people where your journey has started and where it has taken you. So here are some questions that can help you to craft your story. And I want you to, when we get off this call, I want you to work on doing this. So the first one, what drew you to Beachbody? Second, what specific things convinced you that you made the right choice? 3, what are your goals? What do you want now? And 4, what do you hope Beachbody will do for you in the long term? So for example, I was drawn to Beachbody because I saw my coach, Christina Almaguer, just in such a happy, motivated, glass half full place. When I became a part of the Beachbody community, I felt very much like I made the right choice because I could feel how happy I got when I jumped on these team calls. My goals right now are to continue living glass half full and get in the best shape of my life in the process. And what do I hope to achieve with Beachbody long term? I hope to achieve long-standing health and extreme financial stability so that I have the opportunity to be able to pursue my passions without concern and without any kind of financial decision behind the jobs that I take. Simple 4 questions that help you put your story into clear perspective. All right. 4, you do it for someone. Recruiting is not something you do to someone, guys. It's something you do for someone. The only reason we hesitate is because we're afraid of being rejected. But you can't be rejected if you're trying to help someone. That is so important. You cannot be rejected if you are trying to help someone. So get your heart in the right place. As coaches, it's pretty easy to get dollar signs in your head, right? It's all about the dollar signs. And guys, there is some validity to that, especially if this is what we want our financial stability to come from. Of course, there is going to be some financial pressure. But you know what? your finances in this business are always going to be a direct reflection of how many people you're helping. So if you get your heart in the right place and you have a genuine interest in wanting to help people achieve their goals, you're going to be fine. You're going to thrive. Your business is going to prosper. Step 5, have a list. All right, so this is one that I feel like kind of ebbs and flows. I'm 6 months in and I feel like this is one that sometimes I'll have a really strong list, and then other times I'm like, oh my God, who am I going to invite today? And that's so normal. So it's really important that you either have, you know, a notebook or an Excel spreadsheet that is kind of always something you can access. Developing lists that help you track those you've already spoken to, those you need to follow up with, and those who you need to reach out to is essential. So how do I come up with my lists? One thing I pay attention to is anytime I do a Beachbody related post or a life related post, you know, that maybe relays how excited I am or happy I am about a day or an experience I had, I always take a look at who is liking and commenting on those pictures, and guess what? I will pull mine out. Their names just go into a book, right? Just names and names and names, and you come up with your list. It does not have to be just fitness-related posts. When I got engaged and I posted about my engagement, I think I had like 250 likes on that post or something, right? Yes, it was about my engagement. So people are going to come out of the woodworks to congratulate you and like show their support. But that now has given me incentive to be, it's given me at least people to think about inviting, right? So they went in my book. And I reach out to those people by now saying, thanks so much for supporting Juan and I in such an exciting time in our lives. Hey, saw you were up to this. By the way, I'm not sure if you've seen what I'm doing on Facebook, but I'm running these awesome challenge groups, so on and so on, so on, whatever. It gives me a gateway into starting the conversation. So pay attention to who's liking and commenting on anything on your Facebook wall. And start writing their names down. It gives you an idea of who you can reach out to. Another thing to pay attention to. We feel so often like I'm running out of people. I need access to a cold market. And you should be adding new friends and building your cold market. But guys, I am sure most of you, if you just took a look at your Facebook and your Facebook friends, there are probably like 2,000 people on there. I don't even think in 6 months I have invited 2,000 people. So let's just say that if you were to invite 5 people a day and work through all of your Facebook friends, you would have plenty of time to develop a cold market. People you meet going about your daily life. I want you to start thinking about putting yourself in opportunities. Mackenzie, I think it was you who said one day, like, just doing your vitals out in public, it's amazing what can happen. And I think that is something that is so relevant in this situation, because I experience it every day too. I will wake up in the morning and I go do my work at a coffee shop right on the corner of my apartment. And I'll sit in there and start conversations. And I did a post about it the other day, you know, like I've now made friends with all these guys in the coffee shop. Those are people that you can invite. Those are people that as conversations begin and thrive, that you can turn into challengers. So never discount anyone. And always, 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 guys, at the very least, say like, hey, like, nice meeting you. Let's connect on Facebook. What's your first and last name? You've got your phone right there. Just add them. It's not weird. They don't know what you do yet, but it's eyes that can get on you and get on your post. So no matter where you are, if you are making connections with people out in public, ask them their first and last name and get on Facebook and request them. Simple. Step 6, ask more than you speak. Oh, this is a hard one, right? Because we all have experienced so much with Beachbody. We're so in love with this community. We're in love with the results we've gotten. We're passionate about the products. And sometimes it is just hard to shut up, but it's necessary. So know your story and learn theirs. You need to be more interested than interesting. If you take a genuine interest in someone, you are more likely to find a comfortable way into talking about Beachbody and your involvement, and they may respond by asking you. So this is a conversation I actually had yesterday with someone, and I had already invited this girl, no response, months ago. I saw that she was posting pictures about healthy food, and her pictures were gorgeous, and she mentioned something about Whole30. And so I responded saying like, hey, I've done Whole30 twice, like connected about different recipes she was using. I asked her to give me some information. I asked her what her favorite cookbook was, and she mentioned this cookbook that I own. And after, in this conversation, I had even said like, hey, just so you know, like I run these awesome fitness groups. Like if you're ever looking for something in addition, let me know. And she kind of brushed it off. But later in this same exact conversation, she says, just for the sake of getting info, what and how do you run your support and accountability groups? So you never know where the conversation is going to go, guys. But if you invest time in other people, rather than just like writing them off because they're saying like, no, I don't want to buy, you never know what can happen. Give it a chance. Step 7, make the ask. I love this picture. All right. So, phew, I told them what I do. Okay. That is awesome. But you have to follow through. Ask if they are interested in joining a challenge group or the coaching opportunity. Do not decide that they're not interested or make assumptions based on their situation. If you don't ask, people just assume it's not an opportunity for them. It will be a yes or a no, but either way, it's not gonna kill you. And that's why I love this. Because guys, we're not gonna be this person. We're not gonna be like, I'm fine and go cry in a corner. It is not personal. You need to take yourself out of the situation. And remember, it's not a personal thing. They're not saying yes or no to your awesomeness. You're still awesome regardless of whether they sign up in your challenge group or not. I can't tell you how many times, and I'm sure a lot of you as younger people are experiencing this, I have said, well, I don't even feel comfortable really asking that person because I know they're paying their student loans, and I know they're a broke college student that doesn't really have the extra money to spend. I know that they're trying to pay their rent and buy groceries, and they just don't have an inch to budge. But guys, let's be real. Let's be real. Number one, if they're joining the coaching opportunity, $140 is the lowest challenge pack price. Starting a business at $140 is unheard of. Unheard of. So that, I mean, something really to keep in your mind. But more importantly, I can personally attest to this as the one addiction I would legitimately say I've ever had in my life, Lululemon. I would get $300 a month as my like college, what allowance? I was like, what's that word? And guys, I ate as little as possible so that I could afford my Lululemon. Shows you where my priorities were, right? I was eating the mac and cheese little things. I was having ramen noodles. I was doing all the wrong things to eat cheap so that I could afford my Lululemon. People do that with shoes. People do that with handbags. people do that with fitness products. People do it for the things that they really feel are a priority, the things that they need to make time for, or the things that they really want. So why not Beachbody? It's our job to show them the value. It's our job to show them the excitement and fulfillment that can come from living a healthy lifestyle. So don't discount anyone, because if you are doing that and you're inspiring someone, they could be willing to spend $140 on something that is for their health. And we all know it's a lot more than just your health. It's confidence, it's accountability, it's a team of people behind you. Those are all valuable things. Step 8, be prepared for objections. We can talk a little bit more about this in depth, but just in general, anytime that you're answering an objection, know that you're responding to someone not seeing the value in the product. It's your job to show them the value and the ease of it. Lead with your passion for the product. Share your experience by using feel, felt, found method, and ask questions. So if they have concerns and they express them to you, share your experience. Say, you know what, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the exact same way when I signed up. And what I found was that, if we're discussing Shakeology and its cost, what I found is that it averages to $4 a day, and I was actually spending that on coffee once a day. So for me, I can't justify buying coffee if I'm not willing to spend it on my daily vitamins. You put those things out there. Explain your experience. And always ask questions. Like, if I were to tell you that you could get one meal a day for $4, would you consider it? Is that something you would consider? Whatever it is, just ask the questions, guys. Keep the conversation going and work from your passion. Never be pushy, but show them the value. Show them the value in treating themselves well. Step 9, move on from the nose. I love this picture too. Obama and Beyonce, right, guys? It goes up that high. You need to brush it off. It isn't personal. They're just saying not right now. It's not no forever. Maybe there are going to be some people that come at you and say, listen, I really am not interested. Like, please stay away. You know what's funny is that I pretty much had Yael do that with me. And then she came and asked me about joining a challenge group, and she is now an Emerald Rank coach. So you don't know, guys. It's more a not right now than a no forever, okay? And I think it's really important. This is something that I've been noticing just in my mental shift. From this point on, I want you to approach everyone as a potential challenger. In my head, I've been noticing I have thought that every person I come into contact with now, I'm like, oh yeah, they're not a challenger yet. I truly believe that this is like spreading like wildfire, and it's gonna catch on, and everyone is gonna wanna join my challenge groups because they're awesome. Same with you guys. Everyone is a challenger. Some of them are challengers right now. Some of them are in the future. Step 10, create a recruiting culture. So important, guys, so important, especially with you guys as new coaches. Recognize team growth. You want people to feel that they're a part of something big, because they are a part of something big. I know that day one of this, I literally woke up the day after signing up to be a coach, and I was just like, I'm a Beachbody coach. Like, that was the most exciting thing to me. And I didn't understand why I felt that way. I just felt like I was a part of something much bigger than myself. And when you're connected to our upline and you meet those people and you see the teamwork that happens, guys, I hope you recognize that this opportunity is something like golden and to be cherished, just in terms of community, not even mentioning what it can do in terms of your finances and your health, because we're always pushing to be the best versions of ourselves. I can say that 6 months in, I feel like the best version of myself I have ever experienced in my life. So, create that recruiting culture. Recognize those new people on your team. Let them know they're a part of something awesome. Track your progress. Start paying attention to how many coaches you have, where they are on your legs, what ranks you're at. It's super important to know where you are. And guys, set goals for yourself. We talked about this in the call 2 weeks ago, but setting goals, it's so important. And if you want your business to thrive, it's something that is necessary. Start setting recruiting goals specifically. How many people do you want to recruit each month? How many business builders do you want to recruit? How many discount coaches? Start to get those numbers in your head and start tracking what is realistic for you. And if it's realistic, well, you need to be shooting past that, because if your goals are not scary, then they're not big enough, right? By having others join you, you are helping so many more people. I hope you each believe that as coaches, you are really making a difference in the lives of other people. So why would you not want to grow your team and help others do that for other people? And just, I mean, can you imagine if everyone was in the place that we are, working on ourselves and spreading the positivity and putting good vibes out into the world? Can you imagine how much that would diminish the darkness and the hate? Start a recruiting culture. So important. Each of you are developing your own teams. So start this. Always remember, you are in control of your business. If you get lazy and make excuses or lack consistency, your business is going to reflect that. You can be successful, but you need to decide, but you need to get out of your own way. Use the tools you have. Decide if they are worth doing something with. The quote, "You only fail when you stop trying." There have been so many moments just in 6 months that I'm like, oh, this takes so much more work than I want it to. Guys, we're building a business. We're building something that is going to be big. Of course that's going to take some work. Of course that's going to take some sacrifice. But you have literally all the tools at your disposal to make a success of this. And it comes down to your consistency and your passion for the products and the business and your community of people. If you share that, if you decide that that's worth doing something with, you are going to see a ripple effect in the people around you, in your challengers coming into the groups, in your finances. Your life can turn around if you just believe this is an opportunity worth doing something with. That's not something that I can decide for you, or Christina can decide for you, or Mackenzie can decide for you. You know, this is something that you need to decide for yourself if it's worth pursuing or not. You've seen my numbers as a new coach. You've seen Becca's numbers. You've seen templates of Lindsay Matway's number, guys. Like this is a real opportunity. This is a real opportunity for real income. And we do it by helping other people and pouring into other people's lives and showing them the value of living healthily. If that doesn't give you a sense of purpose, then I just don't know what will. So my point is that anyone can be successful at this. You are totally capable, and you are so lucky that you have landed in a downline that gives you everything. So don't take it for granted. And that is my slideshow for tonight. So I'm gonna say that if we want to open this up to questions, we can do that. Everyone can unmute themselves I'm gonna see how I stop screen sharing. How do I do this?
I just
Hello. What?